Kevin.
Wow. What?
You got this only nowhere else but you. Kevin is after that. Kevin, I'm not going to lie.
Now look at this. A carved penguin. There it is.
Oh, no. Are the O's fine? Are the Orioles fine, Kevin?
It's so embarrassing. I'm so embarrassed.
Okay. The Orioles stole it. That game was stolen. It was stolen from them, then they stole it right back.
What?
Oh, my God.
Wait, what's going on? What is happening?
What is going? Was it a diving play? He bobbled the ball.
What is happening? Are they challenging it? No. Other wall. No.
Kevin, I don't know what you saw, how much you saw. I've been chugging champagne. Sure, I spilled a lot, but what a game, man.
He will be the legendary
Birdfish.
How about that?
Birdfish fans, stand up. We did it.
What can I say? What can I say?
Never a doubt. Never a freaking doubt. Believed the entire time. Didn't have any sort of doubt. Not a single bit of doubt. Not once did I think that, oh, this is the classic 2025 Orioles that's about to blow this game and rip my heart out. Not once did I think that. Not once did I think, oh my gosh, Felix, please, not today. Please, not today. Let's not get swept here. Please, not today. I didn't think it once. Not once did I have the thought that, oh my gosh, we're about to be swept after having a 5-2 lead heading into the ninth. Never once. Always knew. They found a way, though. Long game, especially when you take into consideration the 2.5 hour rain delay. It genuinely was one of those feelings where I was like, why are we doing this? Like, I get it. They wanted to finish the game. 7th inning, I was like, can we please, like, just as an Orioles fan, I was like, can we please just get this win? Because if you call it there, you know we get the win. But if they play like they did, you knew that there was room to make it close, and there was room for error. And my gosh, did they make it interesting. A win's a win, though. A win's a win. I love it. Blame Jordan Steinbrenner. I love it. And also, it's funny. It was because their first 27 years of existence was in a dome. So I guess this was the longest rain delay in Rays history. I saw. Just what more could you ask for? Let's go through the game, though. And what's up, Duran? See you in the comments. How's it going? It started out fun. Jackson Holliday, 1-0. He couldn't do it last night. Hit last night, 401 feet, gets caught at the wall to end the game. Says, you know what? I'm just going to hit it to the shorter part of the ballpark. I just need to hit 370 to get it out here. So why wouldn't I do that? Starts the game up 1-0. Jackson Holliday. There have been a lot of disappointments this season. Jackson Holliday is one of the few bright spots. Up to 13 home runs. Is that accurate? Yeah, he's up to 13 home runs, 7.23 OPS, batting .258 for 21 years old. I think he is just starting to get the feel for it. Very excited to see as he continues to progress. Next year, he told us on the Ryan Ripken show, he said he's so excited to be 25. So all of his, like last night, all of his warning track wall shots can turn into home runs. So he's getting there. Power's coming. Another off season of ground beef, and I think we are there for Jackson Holiday. Offensively, though, you had Jordan Westburg, 2 hits, 2 for 4. Gunnar with the 2 RBI double. O'Hearn gets it going with a home run of himself. They had Cowser 1 for 4. O'Neill with the double off Baker in the 8th, in the 9th. Mullins he got the single, and then Alex Jackson. I want to call him Austin Jackson, the former center fielder for the Detroit Tigers, newly inducted Hall of Pretty Good center fielder for the Detroit Tigers, actually. But Alex Jackson, solo shot, baby. What a time to be alive. What a time to be alive. So offensively, they had a decent day. Stacked 9 hits, turned into 5 runs. Obviously, the 2 solo shots. You then get Henderson double and 3 solo shots and Henderson's double. It's good to see those guys continue to just stay on pace, continue momentum, because that's the biggest thing. As we head down this stretch now, eyes on 2026. You want guys like Jackson to get every day at bats. Obviously, I want Westburg to continue to do what he does, 2 for 4. Gunnar continue to get some more elevation on the ball. He's been hitting it hard all year, but will be you just want to continue to see him get some more elevation, see a few more home runs. So, Eric, real fast, update on Bradish. He's going to be pitching in Aberdeen on Thursday. So Thursday we'll see Bradish in Aberdeen. I would assume he probably goes 2-3 innings, maybe. I'm sure they have a very strict innings and pitch count for him. So I would probably expect to see Bradish second-ish, third-ish week of August, like mid-August. I would expect to see Bradish back mid to late August. Also want to get this. Walter, appreciate you. Let me put my LaCroix down so I can clap. The only guy on the trading block I care if we move or not is Rogers. I want to keep him and see the success continues. A quality lefty in the rotation next year would be nice to have. I agree. I would not, unless the trade absolutely blows you away, I would not trade. I almost said Bradish. Would not trade Rogers in the slightest. I mean, let's look at it. Let's look at his stats now officially on the season. I also want to do it on my phone. I'm not going to lie, because then I'm going to screenshot it and tweet it out and say, hell yeah, Trevor Rogers. So that's why I'm doing it on my phone and not on the computer right now, where it would definitely be faster. Yep, scheduled for Thursday in Aberdeen. So what's it have? Oh, it actually is not. It has not updated yet, has it? No. I don't think so. No. Yeah, it was. Yep. All right. So it's updated. Trevor Rogers, 1.74 ERA. He's been an absolute monster so far this season. He's been everything you hoped for. I mean, yes, we can talk about Kyle Stowers doing what he's doing. We can talk about Connor Norby. He's on the IL. I think he may be or may not be done for a while. But overall, Kyle Stowers is doing what Kyle Stowers does. I think I know people are still upset about it. I'm still extremely happy for Kyle Stowers. One of the biggest reasons that, honestly, it makes it easier to root for Kyle Stowers over there, besides the fact he's an incredible dude. Trevor Rogers was pitching better than you had hoped. Like, let's be honest. We talked about Trevor Rogers. You said if we can get a 3 ERA out of him, a 3.5, that's a win. I mean, a 1.72, 1.74. Unbelievable. And it's been grind him out, just gritty games. I mean, he's had a few where he's been in control the entire game, but Trevor Rogers, this is a guy that you hope going into next year, 2026, if you can have a rotation of Bradish, you have a rotation of Rogers, you add obviously in the younger guys, a Chase McDermott, a Povich, you have Dean Kramer. I know I'm not going to add Grayson Rodriguez because I kind of feel like the writing's on the wall with Tommy John surgery coming up eventually. Now, don't quote me on that. Obviously, that's not set in stone. It just feels like we're pushing off the inevitable there, or at least some sort of procedure is coming that'll put him out for a little bit. So if you can go get one more guy, go get one more really solid frontline number one, number two guy, the rotation doesn't look as bad as you thought. Eflin traded or stay, they're going to try to get him traded. I think they are pressed to get Eflin traded. I think overall, like what he's coming back, they're hoping this week, next week. I think they're going to try to get him one start before the deadline to show everyone kind of like, hey, he's not injured. You can trade for him. And I think that's what they're going to do. But I would not be surprised if Eflin. Honestly, I wouldn't be shocked if either happened. He's someone I'm very up in the air. I think he was all but gone before the injury. Now I think it depends. It all depends on what happens. And overall, though, with the way that the rotation stacks up next year, I don't feel as pressed to keep Sagano, to keep Eflin, to keep Morton. I think you can get those guys out and, get value for whoever you can. I would still keep Sagano just because of the ties then to the Japanese league, stuff like that. I think that could be very, very, very beneficial down the line. Yeah, Tyler Wells, they said that they're going to use in different ways. I guess the way that they say is however they need him. I mean, he's a guy who we've seen him come out and be a closer. We've seen him be the best starter on the team at times. I mean, Tyler Wells is a Swiss Army knife pitcher who has worn a lot of different hats. He's been in a bunch of different roles. He has been our best starter at times. He's been probably one of our best relievers at times. So I think next year he's another guy. Let's see what he can do with hopefully a healthy offseason, get him back. Tyler Wells is an absolute dog. Yeah, Wells would be an absolute weapon out of the bullpen. So it sucks, guys. I'm not going to lie, because I would love to be so cheery right now after the win and, all this stuff. And it sucks it's July 20th and we're already feeling like this. It just, the win, I felt like you needed to take 2 of 3. Losing 4 straight after they got back within 7 games just takes the wind right out of your sails. That's for sure. Are they back to 10 games under? Is that what it is? Yeah, back to 10 games under 500. So, I don't want to get too deep into speculations of if this team we can talk about, does this team have a chance to get back to 500? Can they make a run? Anything? If they sweep Cleveland, I'll get to 6 games under. I'll bring back talking about our vibes and all of that. Yeah. Just one. You win just one, And hell, you want to be even, you could argue could have won the one in Miami, and then obvious one of the ones against Miami, and then one of the ones here. You win 2 of those, 6 games under. So it sucks. Isn't this the way that it always feels? Teams are always getting hot. This is pretty much. I think the guys can clear their October schedules right now. I don't think anything's gonna be going on there. Go 5-2 against the Guardians. There it is. Sweep the Rockies, sweep the Guardians, see what happens. Cancun on 3, baby. That's where we're unfortunately at. I was thinking about this. How bad did it? Because is it what the first? Is it the first 6 teams? I think it's the first 6 teams, correct? No, it is. It's first. Oh, it's all teams that do not make the playoffs? All right. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, I know. It's gonna be a shorter show because I actually have to go back to the old stomping grounds, back to Baltimore, in like 15, 20 minutes. So it's gonna be a shorter show. I'll hop to call-ins in about 5-ish minutes. But yeah, probably the last time for a little bit we'll be seeing the Halo. One day I'll just go leave it. We'll just leave it. It's good vibes right now. It's good vibes right now. Orioles needed that win. They genuinely do. They needed that win because if they went 5 straight losses, you get swept by Tampa to start off the year or to start off the second half. I mean, it just feels like genuinely you're on the path back to 18 games under. You're going to fall 20, 23 games under. I mean, the win doesn't help much. It gets you back to 10. I don't know. Here's what we'll do. Change up a little bit. What are your record predictions for the Baltimore Orioles to end the season right now? So, Orioles currently sit at, 44-54? Did I read that correctly? Yeah, 44-54. Jason, we're back to 18. Damn. 74 wins. Yeah. So it feels like 15 under, so that would be what? Like 74, 73, and 89 would be about 15-ish. Wow, we're not feeling great about the records, I'm saying. You know what, Walter? Appreciate you. This might be the truest thing said on the live stream. Sweeping Cleveland and Colorado to get our hopes up, only to get swept by Toronto would be right. That's what's going to happen. They sweep the next 7, get to within 3 games, and then they get swept by Toronto. I'm going to say the Orioles finish with 76 wins. So it would be that big. Rick, I wish. Rick, if they do it, I would love it. There you have it. If we can get to 82 wins, if they could find a way to get to 82 wins, it would be that. What would they have to do? That they'd have to go 44 and 54, so 26 and 38. Is that 26 or 38 and 26? I mean, against a lot of tough teams, but I mean, it's not the craziest thing I've ever heard. The miracle, yeah, it would be. Yeah, actually, yeah. Orioles sweeping the hot Guardians and then getting swept by the Rockies would absolutely be the most Oriole thing. It's a miracle. It would take a miracle. All right, so I got about 15 minutes before I have to hit the road. So I am going to put the call-in link if people want to call in. Let's do this. Oh, I meant to do that. Where is... Here we go. Here we go. Boom. And we are live. The link is live for channel members. I'm not saying we have a chance. I'm saying if they somehow get, it is physically possible for them to win 82 games. John, I appreciate that you're my biggest fan, though. Hey, I'm driving home. Hopefully beating some sort of the traffic. First up, we got Arkansas. Joe, how we doing?
We're hot.
It looks brutal. It does not look fun out there.
I've been out here for about 6 hours working on the lawn and now pressure washing the driveway. So I think Ozarka owes me a case of water. I drank a full case, so we'll.
Joe, it looks miserably hot out there. I'm gonna be honest with you.
It's 93, and I think it feels like 97.
Yeah, it looks hot. It looks uncomfortably hot. I'm just gonna say it. It looks uncomfortably hot. Like the kind of hot that kind of pisses you off.
Yeah, I went inside and sat in the AC in front of a fan, and I just felt exhausted because I've been outside for so long. I was like, this is ass backwards, but I need to finish this because normally I would go and load my truck on Tuesday so I could have Monday afternoon to finish this. But the boys from the Dean are rolling in to Little Rock on Tuesday for Ballyhoo. So we're going downtown Tuesday night. We're going to make it a party.
Oh, that seems like fun. Joe, that could be something. That we so what? Yeah. What day are they down there? Tuesday?
Yeah, they get into town tomorrow, I think. So the kind boys over there at Gary Williams hooked it up with the VIP treatment. So we're going to go downtown and have some fun.
There you have it. Well, you enjoy that, Joe. You go have some fun. You hopefully get out of the heat because that looks awful.
I mean, at least we didn't get the Brian Baker revenge game and see Kevin eating the ramen. I'm still waiting for that, but it is.
One day he's gonna get the ramen. I'm telling you, Joe. One day we're gonna get the ramen back, and it'll change the vibes of the entire season.
It should. I think we're gonna go. I like the 82 and 81, 80 record. I like that. I think we're gonna pull it off. The unfortunate part is it's going to be 2 games out of the 3rd wild card spot, and people are just going to be very unhappy. But I think you can pull it off.
I mean, why not, Joe? Why not?
Weirder things have happened. Weirder things have happened, Zach. Weirder things have.
But Joe, appreciate you as always, my friend. You stay cool, and we'll talk to you soon.
We'll talk to you later.
Awesome, Joe. Appreciate you, Kevin. I'm going to send you the link on the Discord. So, Kevin. Long story short, my computer disconnected its texting, or it's my Mac is somehow disconnected. Can't send messages right now. So, I was trying to send it to you for a minute. My bad. There we go. My bad. There you go. But next up, we got Danny. Danny, how's it going, my guy?
I'm here, dude. I'm here.
I feel that.
Well, it's a good win, but dude, like I'm not like thrilled about it. I'm like, hey, it's a win.
Yeah,
He
I
still
feel
aren't.
that.
Yeah, like they still aren't playing great. So I don't know, man. Like, dude, like I'm ready to watch some football.
I
Some
feel
football,
that.
man. I'm ready.
I Danny, I could not agree with you more. I
Yeah.
could not agree with you more, especially the way because I mean today, like you said, they won, but it wasn't one. You know where they're at. You're like, okay, it's just 10 games below again. Like they have so much to do, and also it wasn't even one of those games where we're like, what a win! Like this is such like a putback on it. They tried their hardest to blow it at the
Oh my gosh. So heck, I love Felix, but him in the ninth, like like he tried his hardest.
end. Whew, hasn't pitched in 10 days, and it looked like it.
Oh,
I
yeah,
was
that's what I'm
like,
saying. He
okay,
hadn't pitched in 10 days. It looked like it. I'm thinking, man, it would be that would be the definition of the Baltimore Orioles to have your closer come out in 10 days and you're up 3-2 and then he blows it. I'm like, man, that would be peak Orioles, but
it
yeah.
would. That's the one thing. It would have sucked, but I cannot say that I would have been surprised and that it wouldn't have been peak 2025 Orioles
Oh
to
yeah,
lose.
totally.
I fully, I'm not going to lie. When Yandy Diaz came up as the go ahead run, I was like, I'm just expecting the homer. I was
Oh
like,
yeah,
I'm
me too.
expecting this to happen.
Oh yeah, me too.
It's just it sucks that we're at that point, but like they've put us here. Like
It
it's
does.
it's one of those things where we've lost too many games that they know that they should win for us to not feel a little bit hesitant of when they get up that you're like, I don't know if they can do this.
Oh, I do like 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 I don't trust this team anymore. So
Oh
I'm
no.
just like I'm just saying like they've had their opportunities this year, but at the end of the day, like I think that this team is just flawed, just in general. Like,
Yeah.
you know, guys aren't producing, guys have regressed. Just the pitching staff. I think all of us knew starting in the
Mhm.
year it wasn't great, and then plus with the injuries, it hasn't helped. But like, I think all of us expected it not to be great anyway, especially with the lack of top end talent.
Yeah. I think it was one of those things where you expected them to kind of probably take a step back. You're like,
Yeah.
okay, they've lost a lot of talent, injuries. They're probably taking a step back. I don't think we all thought it was this big of a step back.
No.
I was thinking, okay, I could see them winning 85 to
Oh
87
yeah.
games. And you're like, oh, that's disappointing. Maybe get the last wild card. You're like, God, they did not prepare well for this year.
Mm-hmm.
Did not think we would have ever hit 18 games below 500 and didn't think we'd be here going, damn, season, throwing the towel on June 20 or July 20th.
Oh gosh, dude! Like I didn't say that, but yeah, dude. Like I'm just like season's probably over. Like they have a rough schedule the second half of the year, and like
Very rough.
I've already sent my goodbyes to like Ryan O'Hearn and all these guys, and I want them to be on good teams.
Yeah.
But
That's the thing
I
is
just hope,
for their sake. For their
yeah, for
sake.
their sake,
Like,
and I hope Elias learned from
yeah.
this offseason because like I hope he learned because like he has to. I feel like his job is going to be on the line because like
Mhm.
he has to do something big this offseason because otherwise
Yeah.
like I mean like you have to you know hire the right manager, of course, have to.
Uh-huh. Which is
And
big.
I honestly feel like new manager and mostly a brand new coaching staff will help because
Mhm.
like there's like too many guys have regressed this year. Like
Mhm.
I'm like I don't know exactly what it is, but like I just feel like a lot of new voices in that
Yeah.
clubhouse, especially coaching, will probably do good. But
Mhm.
also pitching, they need pitching badly. I
Yeah.
mean, Grayson, I don't trust him. And if I was them, like I love him, but again, like I'm not even counting on
But
him
why
to
would you
pitch.
trust them?
Why would
You
you?
know?
Kyle, I love him, but at the end of the day, he's just coming back from Tommy John.
Mhm.
You want him to be good, but I also expect him to be on a limit next year because it'll
Yeah.
be his first full year back. So like he can be an ace, he's proven it, but again, he's coming off of a massive injury.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
I think this offseason, it's going to be massive because, like you said, Hell, it starts before any players are even signed, and the fact that you got to get a whole new coaching staff probably. It's going to be philosophical. It has to change. And then after that, so not only do you have to knock that out of the park, then you got to knock out signings. You got to get a big-time ace. You got to go out there and you got to fill some holes in this lineup. You got to use either capital, whether it's prospects or major league ready guys, to get other guys and improve this team. So I agree. This offseason is probably it I would say pretty obviously with all that, is going on. Elias's seat definitely heating up. This is the biggest offseason for them. But Danny, appreciate you.
Absolutely.
I'm glad we could talk after a win. Hopefully we can get better vibes a little bit later, but appreciate talk. We're getting there. We're getting there. Danny, appreciate you as always, my man. You take care. Awesome. Now behind the scenes, we bring on longtime caller, Kevin Ostrecker. Kevin, thanks for calling. We're starting the timer.
Yeah. Give me a 30-second timer. Yeah, we can do that.
Kevin, they won. That's the positive.
Well, it's crazy because I could have sworn I traded all these guys last night, and somehow they showed up to the ballpark today. They got the message, and they won. I mean, I don't know when Skubal and Jared Jones and Hunter Green and all those guys are coming in. Yeah, but at least we got one more good game out of these guys.
It's so funny because I was sitting there, and as guys were coming up, I genuinely in my head I was like, who would even be in this lineup? And it was like I was looking, I was like, I don't think. I was like, even Alex Jackson got traded.
I think we missed Alex Jackson and Trump. Those were the two guys we missed. I looked back on it when we were done.
I was looking, I was like, we literally everyone besides it's gone.
Yeah, but hey, at least they won today. I think it was honestly poetic that Jackson led the game off with the homer after literally just missing one.
It literally felt like one of those, the lethal shooter. I understand it now. It was almost like, why do I not just hit it to the shorter part of the ballpark and it's just going to get out?
Yeah.
They refused to leave.
Right.
Refused to leave.
So are you all the way back now after being out last night?
No. Rick's predicting 82 and 80, and I was like, I'll take it.
Over 500. Hey.
If they somehow scratched out 82 and 80, Kevin, I don't know what.
Isn't it like a 106 win pace to get?
Probably. They would have
90?
to go.
Was it to 90 or to 87? I can't remember exactly.
Oh, to get to 87 wins at this point, they'd have to win like 100, be a 110 win pace or some shit.
Yeah.
It would have to be awful. But okay, real fast, let's end to our last call before we get out of here. She knows who she is. We got Laura. Laura, how
is that me on the last call again?
Bring on football.
All I can say, Zach, welcome to the no longer deluded train. The train that Kevin and I have been on for a while.
I could after the 4-game losing streak, after getting back to 7, I couldn't do it anymore. They had their opportunity when they're at 7 games under. If they even just go 500 over those 4 games and then win today, they're back at 6 under, and you're like, okay, whatever. They're making progress. Maybe they can finish 500, but they just keep taking big steps back. I mean, you can't lose 4 straight in the situation they're in.
Is that not what I told you many weeks ago?
I gave them chances. I told them I was giving them till end of July to see if they could go on a run after the All-Star break. They got to the All-Star break better than we thought. I mean, unfortunately, they could have been even better because they blew it at the end. But from the 18 games, we got halfway back. It was like, okay, let's see what they can do. And then they were like, nah, we're done. They're like, we did what we did.
They're like, nah, we had that break. We liked it. As a matter of fact, we're just ready for Cancun. Let's go.
It was one of those things where we were like, yep, they're gearing up for a run. And they were like, no, that was the run. Like getting to 9 was the run. Like,
that was the run.
Yeah, like that. I was like, oh, those are getting within striking distance. Here comes the run. It's like, no, that was the run. We already saw it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have much. Just welcoming you to the train, and then is my tagline there says "Bring on the football." I mean, we're done. Orioles are done. We're done. Just just make this the Locked On Ravens.
Yeah, everybody come on over to Locked On Ravens.
Preseason.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Everybody
this
come on
was,
over. Training camp starts Tuesday. Everybody come on over to Locked On Ravens.
Right.
We got you covered.
Training camp starts on
exactly.
Tuesday. We're ready. So it's really like the Orioles really kind of did this collapse right here, right as training camp is starting, because they know.
They made it. They knew that it was time. They
Uh,
just had to have us hold out hope until football was back. That's all they were needing.
Basically, they were basically that filler from the time that football ended to football being back. They're like, we're gonna fill it, kind of, sorta, and now that it's here, okay, we're done.
Yeah, that's and I appreciate them for doing that. Honestly, at least
nice
somebody.
transition over.
So, I mean, all I can say is, poor Joe looking like Lawrence of Arabia out there
Yeah,
in the heat.
I was sweating just sitting there watching them.
Oh, I mean, it's been hot here. I've been posting the little screen caps of how humid it has been here, and I mean, I literally like to say Florida this time of year. Yeah, as we're going into the end of July, beginning of August, it feels like the ass crack of hell, basically. Um, it's just hot and humid. There's a storm that's supposed to be coming through. My toxic boyfriend Dexter, if know anything about me, I love the TV show Dexter, so I love Dexter New Blood. I love Dexter Resurrection. I should not love Dexter the way as much as I do because he's a serial killer, but hey.
I've never seen it. I've never seen it actually. I've never seen Dexter. I've seen snippets, like bits and pieces, but I've never sat down. I mean, there are a lot of shows like that. I mean,
I would tell you to go get a Paramount Plus subscription and watch, but we're boycotting Paramount Plus. Anyway, completely different issue. Yeah, I went to the game Friday night because I was up in Tampa because I had clinicals yesterday. Thought about going to the game yesterday until I had to walk from the hospital back to because we park in a parking garage that's a little bit of ways, and it was hot then, and I'm like, there's absolutely no way I'm going to this game. I'm gonna melt. And I'm too cute for all that. I'm too cute for my curls to just be flipping like this. I mean, so yeah. Then the rains came today. I got to listen to a bunch of very interesting shows that they put on in this interim for 2 hours while there's a rain delay.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Which just, of course,
was something.
if
That
you
rain
know
delay
anything,
lasted forever.
honestly, I was almost at a point where I was like, why don't we just go ahead and just call the game because we've already
I
played
thought
6
they
whole
were
innings.
Yeah, at that point.
And
I
the Orioles
was
have to
hoping for it.
and the Orioles have to get out of town so they can go lose to the Guardians. So.
No.
So let's hurry up that loss. So I'm sorry, I'm taking up way too much time, and Zach is trying to get out of here.
It's okay.
So, so yeah, I mean, and it rains. It kind of does cool it down a little bit. It cools down, quote unquote, the air temperature, but now you've got the extra humidity on top of it because you have the water in the clouds. So I could just imagine how bad it was after the rain delay. Yeah, it's time for the Orioles to just get on that out of Dodge. So
I agree.
what do you guys think about Mansolino actually getting out there and getting himself tossed out of a game? Yay!
That was just such a weird situation with Roman Laureano thinking it's completely 3 outs, and then he's throwing his stuff. The ump tosses him, and then Manzolino's like, "Why the hell did you toss?" I mean, good for him. If you're going to be an interim manager, you might as well get tossed.
Yeah, might as well get your money's worth or your points worth, as he would say. So.
Laura, appreciate you.
That's it. That's all I got, guys.
Appreciate you. We'll get you next time, Laura. You have a great one.
All right.
Awesome. And then real fast, as we head on out, we got Steven behind the scenes. Steven, what's up, my guy?
What's going on,
The
man?
win.
And the O's win. Thank God.
About time. About
It
time.
feels like what? It was literally over a week and a half, almost.
I mean,
Yeah.
thank God the All-Star break happened.
Yeah, I mean, although I think we've seen them also not win in a week and a half stretch when there were games. So
No, it literally that
that's
seven-game losing streak. Yeah, that 7-game losing streak spanned 8 days. That was
yeah,
a tough one.
yeah.
It's definitely
Now
been it's been a roller coaster.
That's
yeah.
one way
I
to put
mean,
it.
I think we can. There will be a new checkpoint in the roller coaster once the trade deadline comes and goes. So that's what I'm looking forward to seeing how the team looks after that.
It that you really wish they had a new manager in at this point, because now you're just wondering, well, are the what like you're wondering what these moves are even going to look like. So
Yeah, I mean, it's difficult when and this happens in all sports, and baseball, it's pretty prevalent where, if you get an interim guy in there and then he's obviously not the answer, is the manager going to like the moves? The new manager coming in, is he going to like the moves that the organization is making? Because that guy's not in the organization right now. He doesn't have a say in those moves, and whatever Elias decides to do here, is that going to, whoever that manager is going to have to be sold on that, which, Elias made it pretty clear that, he's not going to look to move off of everybody, which is the correct decision. But at the same time, it's like, you do need to try to get some value for some of these guys on expirings. So
I agree. I do think in terms of overall development, they got the minor league side right, where like all these players, like there's a reason all these players got evaluated the way they did. Gunnar, Jordan, Cowser, all that. I don't think they got the development side on the MLB quite right, and or they got rid of some guys who maybe were actually really good in favor of younger guys. And it's, there's something to be said about what Jim Bowden said the other day on FT, where he's like, hey, as a manager or as a GM, you're not going to get everything right. You're not going to be great at everything. So you need to put around you guys who are good at stuff you're not. So,
yeah.
And I think that's a big thing. It's having those guys that can kind of take, every manager has his weakness, whether it's analytics, whether it's game field. We've seen so many guys. I think last year and in the years prior, one of the things that helped so much was the fact that Brandon Hyde had Freddie Gonzalez to bounce off of. Freddie's been there, done that. He has the experience. He's a guy that has gone out there, been in these moments, and can help Hyde in those situations. I think that's where they were really missing is this year on the thing. Honestly, until Mabry came in, Mabry gives me the most Freddie Gonzalez. Yeah. I've been there. I've had those. I have the experience. He's the guy that I feel most has that and has been that balance. But I felt like I agree. You need somebody to balance out and to help the weak spots, and they didn't really have that once Freddie left.
Yeah. And I think that also just falls on Elias. It's, it all kind of does at this point, and it did before. But now you're looking at the trade deadline, and it's like, well, first off, you don't know who you're going to have coach-wise come next year. You don't even know if you're going to be able to get the guys you want in, because word seems to be kind of out on you as a general manager, like, hey, we don't know if this guy can do it on the MLB side. Word's out in the industry at this point. So you're kind of just, who can you get manager-wise even to come in? You want Flaherty, you want Schumacher, you want David Ross. Can you even get any of those three guys to come in? Sure, yeah, they're like, oh yeah, all these guys are great, but do they want to deal with, the uncertainty of not just Elias, but like, am I going to even have control of this like my team?
I think that
and
is a
that's a
big
big concern.
Yeah, and I think the one thing that they do have going for them as well, maybe that's an issue, is the fact that they do have Gunner, you have Adley, you have Jackson, you have this young core where you hope that a guy looks at that and says, okay, I can work with that. You give me that core, those young guys, I can make something deal. Even if maybe the GM isn't giving me that number one guy, those, that big star middle of the, lineup guy. I think that, what that might take away attraction wise can be made up for with that. But, once again, it's going to be this offseason. I mean, Kevin, we've talked about this is probably the most crucial offseason in the last 20 years
Yeah,
for the
really
Orioles
important.
because especially with everything, you feel like, that's on the line.
Yep.
You
Yep.
definitely thought that about last off season too. And it's
Yeah.
just if you thought you were sliding before going into the off season, oh boy. Take a look at this
Yeah.
one.
Yeah. But Steven, appreciate you calling in though, my man.
Appreciate you, Steven.
Glad to talk to you after a win.
Yes.
Let's hopefully the
O's
birds
win. O's win.
O's win, baby. Steven,
Finally.
appreciate you.
Appreciate you, Steven.
And we'll talk to you next time, my guy.
Awesome.
Awesome. Even though they're out of it and it feels like all hope is lost, it feels good talking after a win. It really does. But Kevin, anything else? Got anything?
No, it's good. Wins are good. So glad they're able to get the job done.
Glad they are. Wins are good. And it's always, we go live after every single Orioles game, win or lose. And it's just better when we're talking after wins. Yep. So that's going to do it for this edition of Kevin and Zach React. Orioles win 5-3, survive the ninth inning comeback opportunity by the Rays. Start a 4-game series in Cleveland tomorrow. We'll be live right after the game that starts at 6:40. 6:40, so probably back here around 10-ish, most likely. Is that right? No, like 9:30 probably.
Well,
but
they
yeah,
played the longest games ever, so.
Yeah, who knows? Who knows? But we'll be back here tomorrow for another edition of Kevin and Zach React. Connor Norby.
Future Oriole legend, Andrew Painter.
Gosh, beautiful.
Thrice